This clip comes from a YouTuber named CJ Faison, someone who has spent years searching for the paranormal. His entire channel is built around it. Cameras, audio devices, late nights in places most people wouldn't go near. This time, he chose Pocomoke Forest in Maryland. If you're not familiar with Pocomoke, it's the kind of place that doesn't need legends to feel wrong. But it has them anyway. Stories about a creature locals call the Goatman. The ghost of a man named Samson Harmon, said to still wander the tree line after dark. CJ went in at dusk. His words, "Spirits are more active at night." So he waited for the dark, and then he walked in. He had his equipment with him. The devices he uses to detect anomalies, fluctuations, things he believes are signs of something on the other side. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to spend time on that part of the video, not because it isn't interesting to some people, but because what happened later that night has nothing to do with radio frequencies. What happened later was real, immediate, and CJ was not prepared for it. He was moving through the trees, deep enough that the road behind him was gone, when he saw it. A light, not his, moving between the trees. Someone else was out there.
Oh, jeez. Trying to figure out. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That was somebody's fucking flashlight. I gotta be able to make my way somewhere. That's somebody's light. That's somebody's light right there. Alright, I gotta be able to make my way somewhere. That's somebody's light. I gotta turn off mine. I don't know if that's maybe a lantern or... So I'm actually thinking this might be a hunter right here. This is kind of weird. It's kind of been a standoff. I've had my lights off ever since I first saw a flash towards my way. Oh fuck.
Whoever it was, they didn't see him. At least that's what it looked like. He went back to his tent, settled in, and continued. He wasn't rattled, not even close, until something hit the tent from outside.
Are there any spirits present right now? Has something evil haunted this woods? I don't know what that said.
After that, CJ tried to find an explanation. A branch that fell. Maybe a hunter pushing prey toward the tent. He didn't go out to check. Eventually he tried to sleep, to make the rest of the night pass faster. But the night wasn't done with him yet. And what happened next closed the circle completely. Because this night started with a light in the woods, and it ended the same way. The night passed without anything else happening. But think about what we just saw. A light in the woods, something hitting the tent. And then, while he slept, that same light, right outside. I'm not going to make assumptions, but it's hard not to connect those three things. Now, was this staged? Possibly. CJ makes paranormal content. That's worth keeping in mind. But that reaction in the tent, that's not something you perform on camera. So I'll leave you with one question. What would you have done in his place? Would you have stayed or packed everything and left as fast as possible? Because I know exactly what I would have done. This one circulated on TikTok a while back and never really got a clear explanation. Mark DeFalco filmed it. A car had gone through a cemetery fence, and from somewhere near that car, there was crying. Clear enough to hear on camera. Mark walked toward it. When he reached the driver's door, nothing. No one inside, no one around. Just the sound. And then silence.
Damn, man. People gotta learn to slow down. Lucky they didn't hit none of these tombstones. Real lucky. Hello? You alright? You okay? What the hell? What the fuck is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
I went through the comments on the original video, mostly jokes, some of them actually funny. But underneath that, a few people mentioned similar experiences. Different cemeteries, different cities, same thing. Sounds with no visible source. Whether this has a rational explanation or not, I'll leave that to you. So feel free to use the comments section. Adam Parkinson has spent years in the wild. As a safari guide in Africa, he dealt with lions, leopards, and predators most people will never see outside of a zoo. Since then, he's logged hundreds of hours in backcountry wilderness. And in the last 8 years alone, he's had over 80 encounters with black bears. 80. In all that time, not one of them charged him. Not once. Until July 2020 in the Maroon Bells Wilderness in Colorado. He was on a trail run when he spotted 2 cubs climbing a tree ahead of him. He saw them before their mother saw him. For a moment, he thought he had time. He didn't. She came up that hill fast, and Adam crouched behind a fallen log, completely still, hoping she would leave. Let's see.
There's 2 more cubs, 20 yards away. And the sow just charged up here, but she couldn't see me. Fuck. Fuck. They're going higher in the tree. I need to get out of here. I need to get out. Hey! 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 Back up! Back up! I'm gonna spray you, Mama. I'm gonna spray you. Back up! I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Mama, I'm leaving. Hey! Back up! Back up, Mama! Back up! Holy fuck. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Twice in one day. Holy shit. I can't believe I actually sprayed her. Holy fuck. Yep, it's a perfect bear environment. An avalanche chute. I wanted to get off this ridge and because I was making really slow time and I'm already running 14 miles now. Holy shit. That was exciting. All right, signing out.
2 cubs, a charging show, bear spray at close range. Adam made it out, breathing hard, feeling like his heart was about to give out. His words, not mine. And with all his experience, all those years in the African bush, all those encounters, this was the one that got to him. Some moments are just built differently. He finished the run that day. No further incidents. Though I'll be honest, if this is what a normal Tuesday looks like for Adam, I think I'll stick to running on pavement. Zander Budnick has slept at -25 degrees Celsius without a sleeping bag. He's hunted with Aboriginal tribes in the Amazon. His entire YouTube channel, over 1 million subscribers, is built around pushing the human body to its absolute limit. This man does not scare easily. This particular trip was nothing special by his standards. Early spring, snow still on the ground, just a tarp and a sleeping pad. He found his spot, built a fire, cooked a meal, and went looking for more firewood. A normal night, for him at least.
So it's getting to be about that time where bears are coming out of hibernation. I'm not exactly sure when they come out, but just to be safe, I'm going to start hanging my food up in trees again, away from camp. So I was going to do that just now, and I attached this long piece of paracord to this log and I hucked it up over a branch. But all the rope came with it, and I thought it wasn't gonna go with it, but it did. And the log got caught about 20 feet off the ground. So I had to spend the next like 5-10 minutes just poking it out with a stick. I feel a little bit goofy, but hey, I got it back, and we're ready to give it another attempt at a different location. Hopefully not getting it stuck this time. Not getting it stuck this time though. So we got a line hung on that branch just back there. It's about 20 feet up. When I'm ready to go to bed and done with all my food and dishes, I'll bring it over there, hang it up, go to bed.
By nightfall, the storm moved in. Wind, rain, the kind of weather that tests every knot and every decision you made setting up camp. But for Zander, just another night outside.
far off in the distance over here. And every time I check the weather, it's showing me that there's less and less chance of it raining today. Great, but not great. I think it would have been fun if it was raining a bit. But hey, that's kind of lucky. Kind of lucky. Now I can just have like a nice sweet night out here.
The storm passed, but something woke him up, a sound he didn't recognize. And this is a man who has heard everything the wild has to offer. I don't know about you, but that crying sound, followed by what appears to be a water splash, takes my mind somewhere dark. Someone restrained, trying to be heard, then silence. Xander had an explanation the next day. A baby elk crying out, then falling into the water. And who am I to argue with a man who's hunted in the Amazon? But I'll tell you this, knowing the explanation doesn't make that sound any less unsettling at 3 in the morning. Straight Explorer is a channel run by a guy named Andy. Abandoned buildings, forests with uneasy reputations, places where most people don't stay long. This time, Hopwas Wood, an ancient forest in England with a history that goes back further than anyone can properly document. Witchcraft rituals, ghost sightings, big cat reports, the kind of place where locals have stories and the stories never really have endings. Andy went in alone, and he didn't even have time to set up camp. And almost immediately, something felt wrong.
I may feel or seem a little bit off, and that is because I've been here, I've put my bag down here, I've been here for about 10-15 minutes, and I was just setting up, getting my mic and that on, and I've just heard someone walking like right here. I don't know if I've said where we are. We are in the infamous Hopwas Woods. Now this place is ancient, and I'm going to get into some of the stories later, but there has been over the years a lot of people doing rituals and stuff in here. There's been arrests, because, well, I'm going to get into that later, but yeah, this place is no joke.
He set up camp, went looking for firewood. That's when the forest stopped being quiet.
That was footsteps again. In the same place. tell you what, I don't know if that was probably the wind breaking a stick. Oh, I got wet knee, but the wind, when you're, I don't know why I'm coming closer to you. I got the mic right here. When you're out in the forest and it's windy and it's dropping dark, it feels super creepy.
He got the fire going before dark. Then he made a decision that didn't help. He started reading about Hopwas Wood. The legends, the history, the things people have reported out there. Not exactly bedtime reading. And the forest seemed to know it. He put the stories away and started cooking. Tried to focus on something normal. But the footsteps around the camp never stopped. Quiet enough to almost ignore. Loud enough to never quite disappear. He sat down to eat, tried to let it go, and then something made him stop mid-bite.
Should have brought a bit of salt. What was that? Hello? I swear there's someone over there. That's two new noises. Is it two that I've heard from that direction? Which would make sense if someone made a whipping noise. I doubt the mic would have picked it up because it wasn't quiet, but
Andy wasn't imagining it. The sounds are there on camera, circling the camp, stopping, starting again. No pattern, no explanation. He went looking, walked the tree line, and found nothing, which, given everything he'd read about this place, was almost worse. Eventually, he decided to call it a night, climbed into his hammock, closed his eyes. That's when the footsteps got closer.
there's someone walking around outside. I've been listening for 5 minutes. I can't see anyone, but I can hear them. Hello? So I was just listening for 5 minutes. Someone's just been walking around out there, but I never heard them walk off. And I can't see anyone.
Andy didn't make it to sunrise. At 5 in the morning, he packed up and walked back to his car. And I understand that completely. Now, the wind was bad that night. Branches move, leaves move, gear shifts around camp, and makes sounds that darkness turns into something else. Anxiety does the rest. Maybe that's all it was. But Andy was there. Not us. And he made his call. So I'll ask you the same thing I asked myself watching this. Would you have stayed until morning? Or would you have done exactly what he did? If you want to see more stories like these, the subscribe button is right there. It's free. And you can always change your mind. And before you go, 3 more encounters are waiting for you on the screen right now. The most recent one I put together, one YouTube thinks you'll enjoy based on what you've watched, and a full playlist if you want to keep going. Stay safe out there.